No room, no problem. Today's video is going to be using 5-gallon buckets for planting. I'll be doing grapes, but you can do many other things. Tomatoes, cucumbers, etc., etc. So follow along and I hope you enjoy. Well, first things first, you'll need a couple of things, including a drill, gravel, your soil of choice, a 5-gallon bucket, a drill, and for vining plants, you'll want a tomato cage. Well, next, as you can see, I drilled holes around the bottom just for drainage. That's my personal preference, but you can drill your holes wherever you want. Next, you'll take a tape measure and you'll mark between 2 to 3 inches. That's just my preference, but when you flip it over, you'll fill it with gravel. That allows for proper drainage so the water at the bottom doesn't get stagnant. After it's been marked, I like to fill it with gravel between the 2 marks that I've put, but once again, the 2 to 3 inch mark is my preference. You do whatever feels comfortable for you. The next step is to wash off the rocks that you have put in. That ensures that you get off the rest of the sediments or any dirt or anything that was left over from where they were bagged. Also, be sure to put your bucket on rocks so it allows for proper drainage from the bottom. Now, after you've washed the rocks and stirred them around a little bit to make sure you've got the sediments off, be sure to let the water drain and we'll go to the next step. Next, you want to take the bucket and you want to start to fill it with the soil you've got. Fill it about 75% of the way. Remember, you're going to have to dig dirt from the center, so leave enough room, don't let it go over the edge. General rule of thumb, depending on where you purchase your plants from, it could have bunched up dirt on the bottom. So I generally tend to break it down and get the dirt off. This will expose the root, but also allow it to stretch a little bit. Next, we're going to dig a hole in the center of the soil. Make sure you don't pack anything down too low and try and keep it loose, because we're going to be taking the plant and we're going to be burying it right in the center. Next, it's time to go ahead and cover it up. So now that we've got it planted in there, we'll cover the roots. And remember, don't push too hard. You want to leave the soil loose so the roots can grow freely and expand their way out. Once again, my preference, but I like to take some of the ash from the wood that I've burned during the winter. I keep it to the side and I'll sprinkle some ash in there. And next, I add eggshells. We raise our own chickens, so we raise our own eggs. GMO free, that's kind of the way I go, but why waste a perfectly good egg, perfectly good minerals and calcium? Generally, you'll find not many bugs like to creep around on eggshells. It's a little too rough for them. So I like to sprinkle and keep them on top. As they break down, they'll add calcium to the soil. Well, there goes one of the hens now passing by in the picture, trying to see what I'm doing. After that's done, go ahead and water your plant. It also helps to make sure it doesn't go into shock being transferred from one soil to the next. And add your tomato cage. Since grapes are vining, they'll naturally reach up and grab a hold of it. And there you go, DIY 5-gallon bucket plants. You can use this for a couple different plants. So go ahead, have fun and enjoy. Thanks for watching.